Foot binding, also known as lotus feet, was the custom of applying painfully tight binding to the feet of young girls to prevent further growth. It became popular during the Song dynasty, 960 to 1279, and eventually spread to all people. Foot binding became popular as a way of displaying wealth and was used as a symbol of beauty in Chinese culture. Its use was slightly different in different parts of the country. It was a way of making women subservient, a lesser being, to make them honor their male members of the family and husband. My parents have a pair of these shoes on loan. They currently are on show in their bedroom. It was a loan from the Museum of Methodism. I'd prefer not to put the pictures of the results up, so I think just the shoes will do. Here as well is an X-ray of bound feet. Yep, slightly disgusting. The Manchu Kangxi Emperor tried to ban foot binding in 1664, but failed. Later on in the 19th century, Chinese reformers challenged the practice, but it was not until the early 20th century that foot binding began to die out as a result of anti-foot binding campaigns. It was eventually banned in 1911, but continued in rural areas until 1939. Foot binding resulted in lifelong disabilities, and a few elderly Chinese women still survive today with disabilities related to their bound feet. You could be thinking, how does that work? Do they just not take their shoes off? Well, first you clip the toenails, then you soak your feet in warm water. After that, thought this was weird. Foot massage. Then your toes are broken except for the big toe. Ouch. Then you wrap your feet in cloth. Yucky fact, if you don't change your cloth every 2 days, your feet literally die. They change your shoes smaller every 3 weeks until you have 3-inch feet. I know, disgusting. There are many suggestions for the origin of foot binding. One story says that during the Shang dynasty, an important woman called Daji asked the emperor to make foot binding mandatory for all girls in court so that her own feet would be a standard of beauty and elegance. Another story tells of a favorite courtier of Emperor Xiao Bojan. Her name was Panyu. She had delicate feet, dancing bare feet over a floor decorated with golden lotus flower design. The emperor expressed admiration and said that lotus springs from her every step, a reference to the Buddhist legend of Padmavati, under whose feet lotus springs up. This story may have suggested the truth, since the nickname golden lotus or lotus feet was used to describe bound feet. There is, however, no evidence that Panyu ever bound her feet. That is the rough edges of a painful time, showing that sometimes people will do anything for beauty.